Lastly, we have already discussed about factoring polynomials using GCMF, greatest common monomial factors. Factoring difference of two squares and difference and sum of two cubes. Now, I'm going to introduce or discuss to you another factoring technique, factoring general trinomial. But what is trinomial, by the way? Okay. Trinomial is a polynomial with three terms. So, we're dealing here by polynomial with three terms. Okay, here's a trivia. Don't you know that the product of two binomials could result to a trinomial? Okay, take this example. You have here the sum of x and 3 multiplied to the sum of x and 2. Okay, let's get the product for these two binomials. Okay, so we're going to use here the method, the FOIL method. Okay, the FOIL method. So you have there the first, the F stands for first term, O for outside, others use outer, and then you have their I, that would be inside or inner, and then the L, that is for last, that would be last term. Let's have first. Okay, first term. So here for the first binomial x plus 3, x is the first term. For the second binomial x plus 2, x also is the first term. How about the outside? Okay. So the outside, for the first binomial, outside. So the outside is the left side. So this is the outside. Okay, x is the outside. I hope you visualize it. Okay, or the outer. And then 2, for the second binomial, 2 is the outer or the outside. Okay, how about the inside? Okay, the inside. Okay, for the first binomial, the inside is 3. Inside. And then for the x, the inside or the inner is x. For the second binomial, the x is the inner term. Okay? So here, inner, outer. And then last term, that is you're referring here the second term for every binomial. For x plus 3, the last term or the second term, that is 3. For x plus 2, the last term is 2. Okay, let's do that. Let's multiply the first term first. First term, you have here x times x, that is x squared. Now, outside, you have here outside, that would be x multiplied by 2, that is 2x. And then the inside, that would be 3 and x. 3 times x, that is 3x. And then the last term, 3 and 2, 3 times 2, that is 6. Okay? And then you simplify. So you have your x squared plus 2x plus 3x. They are like terms, so you could add. That would result to 5x and then plus 6. So as you can see, I add outside and inside. Again, here the 5x is outside plus inside. Where 5x, that is the middle term. Okay, middle term. And the x squared is the first term. And 6 is the last term. Okay? In the definition of trinomial, or here in grade 8 lessons, we're just going to use a quadratic trinomial. We're in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is the numerical coefficient of x squared, where b is the numerical coefficient of x, and c is a constant, and that is the last term. Okay? Okay, how about we're going to reverse. We're going to factor x squared plus 5x plus 6. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so let's factor that. X squared plus 5x plus 6. So this trinomial expected that you have two binomial factors. So two binomial factors. Okay. Now we're going to use the FML, first, middle, and last term. And remember, the middle term is outside plus inside. Okay. So here are the steps. Okay. First is you need to factor the first term. Okay, to factor the first term, so the first term is x squared. Okay, x squared. Factors of x squared are x and x. So since it's the first term, so you write here the first term. So x and x. Okay? And then second, you factor the last term, which is 6. Actually, there are many factors for 6. Okay. Okay, 6 could be 1 times 6. 6 could be 2 times 3. 6 could be also negative 1 times negative 6. 6 also could be negative 2 times negative 3. But notice, your middle term, the sign is positive. So, negative factors cannot be qualified. So, we're going to omit these factors. So, here, obviously, we're using trial and error process. So, we have two options left. 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. Okay, let's try 1 and 6. Okay. So, we write here, since we're factoring last term, so you write here the last term. Okay. So, plus 1 plus 6. Okay. Okay. Again, the process, we factor first the first term, then second, we factor the last term. Now, what's the use of m, or the middle term? That is to check whether your factors are correct. How? Okay, let's do the outside plus inside. Okay, let's do the inside first. So 1 times x, that is x. That is the inside. Inside. And then x times 6, that is 6x. That is outside. Okay. Do the outside plus inside, that could be resulted to m, the middle term. Okay, so you add x added to 6x, that is 7x. So clearly, we did not get the correct factors because we did not get the 5x. So, we're going to omit 1 and 6. So the last option we have is 2 and 3. Okay, let's do that. Okay. So I'm going to consider this as wrong factors. Wrong factors. So let's have the other option. So x plus 5x plus 6. Since x, correct, that is correct. Since the factors of x squared are only 2x, the product of 2x, so of course, that would result to x squared. So it might be we have a problem for the factors of 6. So again, we omitted 1 and 6. So we're going to use 2 and 3. Okay, let's use that. So plus 2 plus 3. Okay, let's check. How to check? We get the product of inside terms and the outside terms. Okay, inside 2 times x, that is 2x. Outside x times 3, that is 3x. Add 2x plus 3x, that is 5x. So we get the 5x. So meaning, the factors of x squared plus 5x plus 6 are the binomial of the sum of x and 2 and the binomial of the sum of x plus 3. Okay, very easy. Now, let's have more examples. Okay. Either factor the following. Okay, number 1. Let's have here k squared plus 3k minus 28. Okay. Again, factor the first term, which is k squared. So the factors k. So write on the first term of each binomial. And then, you factor negative 28, the last term. Okay. Negative 28. There are many factors for negative 28. It could be negative 7 times 4. Or it could be seven times negative 4. It could be negative 28 times 1. It could be 28 times negative 1. Okay, notice the middle term is 3k. So if we're going to use 28 and negative 1 or negative 28 and 1, it's very far from the answer. Okay, we're going to omit these options. So we're going to stick to the options of either negative 7 and 4 or 7 and negative 4. Let's start first with negative 7 and 4. Okay, negative 7, then plus 4 here. Let's factor. Negative 7 times k, it's negative 7k. Then k times 4, that is 4k. And then you add negative 7k plus 4k, that is negative 3k. So this is not the same for the given middle term, which is the 3k. So we're going to omit this choice or these factors, negative 7 and 4. So, meaning, let's try another. Okay, let's change. Okay, so let's use 7 and negative 4. So, we'll change this to plus 7 or yes. And then, this would be negative or minus 4. Okay? 7 times k, that is positive 7k. Then, k times negative 4, that is negative 4k. Okay, let's add. $7k plus negative 4k, that is positive 3k. So we get it. So the factors of k squared plus 3k minus 28 is the quantity of k plus 7 multiplied by the quantity of k minus 4. Let's proceed to another example. You have your x squared minus 4x minus 12. The same thing. We're going to factor the first term, which is the x squared. Factor of x squared, 2x. And then, factor negative 12. Now, we're going to list the factors of negative 12. Negative 12 could be negative 12 times 1. Negative 12 could be 12 times negative 1. Negative 12 could be 6 times negative 2. Negative 12 could be negative 6 times 2. Okay. So, let's try. Okay. But here, notice class, negative 12 and 1, when we take their sum, negative 12 plus 1, that could be negative 11. So, that's far from negative 4, the numerical coefficient of your middle term. The same with 12 and negative 1. So, these factors are omitted. Okay. So, let's try another option. You have your 6 and negative 2. Okay, let's try. Plus 6 minus 2. Okay, let's check. If we get the middle term, negative 4x. Inner or inside, 6 times x, 6x. And then outside or outer, x times negative 2, negative 2x. Add 6x plus negative 2x, that is 4x. Oh, we didn't get the correct middle term. So, this option is not correct. How about negative 6 and 2? So, we're going to change it. Okay, so from positive, we're going to change it into negative 6. And then this negative 2, that would be positive. Okay, let's check the inner and the outer product. Okay, negative 6 times x, that is negative 6x. Outer or outside, x times 2, that is positive 2x. Okay? And then get their sum. Negative 6x plus 2x. And that results to negative 4x. So here we get the correct middle term. So the factors of x squared minus 4x minus 12 are the product of, is the product of x minus 6 times the quantity of x plus 2. Okay. Let's try another example. Q cube minus 6q squared minus 36q. Okay. Okay, for this example, you observe it. Notice or I will give you recall the quadratic trinomial is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. But notice here, we have here c is just a whole number. But notice, you have here q, a variable. So, meaning, it could be they have GCMF or greatest common monomial factor. Okay, so look for their GCMF. Okay, their GCMF, for the numbers 2, 6, 36, their common is 2. For the variables, as I said last time in the video lessons that I made, you look for the variable which is the least exponent, which is 1, exponent 1 of q. So meaning the GCMF is q. Okay, and then to get the other factor, you divide each term by the GCMF 2q. So 2q cube divided by 2q minus 6q squared divided by 2q minus 36q divided by 2q. Okay, and then you simplify 2q times 2q cube divided by 2q. 2 divided 2 is 1. Then you have your q squared times 1. That's still q squared. Then minus 6 divided 2, that's 3. Q squared divided by q, that is q. Minus 36 divided by 2, that is 18. Q divided by q, that's 1. Times 18, that's still 18. So, as you can see, q squared minus 3q minus 18 is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So, meaning to say, we can do the factoring. We can factor this trinomial. Okay, let's factor that. So, that trinomial, you have two binomial factors. So, you start factoring the first term, q squared. The factors are q's or 2q's. And then, you factor negative 18. So, negative 18, that could be negative 18 times 1. Negative 18 could be 18 times negative 1. Negative 18 could be 9 times negative 2. Negative 18 could be negative 9 times 2. Negative 18 could be 6 times negative 3. And negative 18 could be negative 6 times 3. There are many options. Okay. Again, the tip is to just add in order for you to not do more trials. So, negative 18 plus 1, that would be negative 17. So, that's very far from your middle term, negative 3. 18 plus negative 1 is negative 17. Very far also for 3, negative 3. So, that options, you cannot use that. 9 and negative 2, add them, it's negative 7. 7. Negative 9 and 2, their sum is negative 7. They are omitted. Now, we have here 2 remaining options. Let's do them. Let's try. So, we have here plus 6 and then minus 3. Okay. By the way, when you check class, it's actually scratch. Okay, inner 6 times q, that is 6q. Outer or outside, q times negative 3, that's negative 3q. So you add 6q plus negative 3q, that is 3q. That is, we did not get the correct middle term, which is negative 3q. Okay, meaning this is not the correct factors. So let's try negative 6 and 3. So here, this would be negative 6 and then plus 3 or positive 3. Okay, let's get their product. Negative 6 times q, that's negative 6q. Q times 3, that is positive 3q. Okay, get their sum. Negative 6q added by positive 3q. Okay, their sum is negative 3q. So, meaning, we get the correct middle term. So, therefore, the factors of 2q cubed minus 6q squared minus 36q are 2q, the binomial of q minus 6, and the binomial of q plus 3. Okay. Okay, we're done with number 3. Let's have 4th example. X squared plus 3x minus 5. Okay, let's do that. Okay, here, as you can see, the numerical coefficient of x squared is already 2. So, we're going to make more trials here. But good news is 2 is a prime number. So, we have only one pair of factors. Actually, there are 2. It's either negative 2 and negative 1 or positive 2 and positive 1. But since we're going to use positive class, not use negative to be easier for you. Okay, let's factor. Okay, 2 binomial. Okay, you have here 2x squared. The factors of 2x squared could be 2x and x. So, multiply 2x and x, that's 2x squared. So, you have correct first term. And then, factor of negative 5. Negative 5, that could be negative 5 times 1. Or, 5 times negative 1. Okay, let's try negative 5 and 1. So, negative 5 plus 1. Inner or inside. Negative 5 times x, negative 5x. 2x times 1, 2x. Add. Negative 5x plus 2x. That's negative 3x. Oh, we didn't get the correct middle term, which is positive 3x. Okay, so this option is not correct. Okay, let's try another option, 5 and negative 1. So this would be positive or plus, and this is negative. Okay, positive. We change it. Okay, let's get their product. 5 times x is positive 5x. Okay, and then 2x times negative 1, that is negative 2x. Okay, let's get their sum. So, positive 5x plus negative 2x. That is positive 3x. So, we get the correct middle term. So, the factors of 2x squared plus 3x minus 5 are the binomial of 2x plus 5 and the difference of x and 1. Okay, that's it. Okay, last example. Okay, 5x squared plus x minus 4. So, expected, you have two binomial factors. Okay, factors of 5x squared, that could be 5x and x. Okay, there could be no other factors. Do not use negative class because it's more complicated. So, better use positive. Actually, you can have negative, but better use positive. Okay, so then factors of negative 4 for the last term. So, negative 4 could be 2 times negative 2. Negative 4 could be negative 2 times 2. Negative 4 could be 4 times negative 1. Negative 4 could be negative 4 times 1. Okay, let's try the 4 options. Okay, so you have your positive 2, negative 2 or minus 2. And then you get the inside. 2 times x, 2x. 5x times negative 2x, negative 10x. Okay, so you add 2x plus negative 10x. That would be negative 8x. Oh, that's far from the middle term x. So this option is not correct. How about we change it? Okay, this could be negative 2 and it could be positive 2. Okay, multiply. Negative 2 times x, negative 2x. 5x times 2, that is positive 2x. I mean positive 10x. Then get their sum. Negative 2x added by positive 10x. That results to positive 8x. Okay, still we didn't get the middle term x. So this option is not correct. Okay, let's have 4 and negative 1. Okay. Let's change. So this would be positive 4. And then you have here negative 1. Okay, multiply 4 times x. That is 4x. Okay. That's 4x. 5x times negative 1. That is negative 5x. Okay. Negative 5x. So now get their sum. That would be 4x plus negative 5x. That is negative x. Oh, we're near to the correct middle term, which is x. So this option is incorrect also. Okay, so let's have negative 4 and 1. Okay. So this could be negative 4 and then positive 1 or plus 1. And then you multiply. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. 5x times 1, that could be positive 5x. Can get their sum. Negative 4x added by positive 5x. So their sum is just x or positive x, in which we get the correct middle term. So meaning the factors of 5x squared plus x minus 4 is the binomial 5x minus 4 multiplied by the binomial of x plus 1. Okay, I hope you learned from this video lesson. And class, stay tuned for more video lessons. And don't forget to subscribe or click the bell icon